What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day, another episode of 30 NSG. On today's show, we're going to be talking about the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora review. We're going to watch ACG's review of Pandora. We're going to watch the Fortnite Lego Fortnite video that's about to start in about 3 minutes to see what that is, and we'll have a little discussion about that. And then we're also going to talk about Skyrim did an update. Skyrim's latest patch has pissed off players for two reasons. It's broke old mods and new paid ones, or added new paid ones. So that's what we're going to be talking about this morning, and anything else that comes across the morning as well. What's going on, Stealth? What's going on, Water? What's going on, Roadkill? Thank you very much for the thumbs up, hit that like button. Eclipse, good morning, good morning. So let me bring up this. It says 2 minutes away for the Fortnite Lego. I want to know what this is. I don't know if this is just it's just a cinematic trailer. Maybe they'll tell us a little bit more about what the game is. Maybe there'll be some articles that pop up afterwards. I want to know what the Lego Fortnite Survival is. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And then we'll jump into the Avatar. We'll jump into the Avatar review of ACG, and we'll look at other people's reviews. I know IGN gave it a 7 out of 10. So where's the backlash? Where's the backlash? 7 out of 10. It must be a crap game. Remember, anything below a 90 is a trash game. Eclipse says, "Oh, so Skyrim doesn't use mods, huh?" Yeah, we'll talk about that. They just updated. It's like Bethesda's on a path before the end of the year. They're like, things can we screw up? Let's piss off the player base of Starfield by doing reviews or commenting on bad reviews. Let's go on to Skyrim Anniversary Edition and talk about how let's screw up some stuff over there as well. It's a light day. It's a light day of news. Not a lot of things broke. We have other stories, but nothing too too polarizing or anything like that. Don't forget, we're going to continue. We might play some Avatar tonight. I haven't purchased it yet from Ubisoft Plus or got Ubisoft Plus yet. We might look at that. We also might continue just doing Lord of the Rings and push through that a little bit more. And then tomorrow, more news in the morning. And then tomorrow evening is the Video Game Awards show where me and Sarge on GXG. It will not be episode 375. It will be an episode, but we're not covering the news or anything like that. We're just covering the Video Game Awards show. Having a good time talking about that. Go on, Water. All right, it says premiere begins shortly. What's 10 o'clock yet? Went live just a couple minutes early because I figured let's beat this thing before it launched. Boy, is that a mistake. I always forget that there'll probably be a countdown after. Right. Well, it's a premiere. Yeah, it's a premiere, so that means it will be a countdown that will happen. I don't know what to expect from the Lego Fortnite. Again, I'm interested in it. My son's interested in it. I like Legos. I don't care how old you are. Legos is like Nintendo. You know what I mean? From top to bottom. All right. Let's lower that just a little bit. From top to bottom, Legos is like Nintendo. They hand you a Nintendo at birth and you turn it in when you die. Legos is the same way. They're like, here you go, little kid. And then when you're old and gray, you're like still playing with Legos. Legos is a fantastic, I think, to me, it's one of the best toys ever created. And it all started with a woods craftsman, guy who used to make toys. Used to hand sculpt wooden toys. I think the Lego thing drops tomorrow. All right, here we go. See what it is. I'll tell you what, Fortnite, Epic, or I should say Epic, with Fortnite, does some really good cinematic stuff. I could watch an animated show of this. Come on, Chief. Okay, dynamic weather. Okay, dynamic weather's gonna happen in there. Okay, there's a crafting bench. So survival. You're gonna be able to make things. Okay, you're making tools to chop down trees. That was already in Fortnite. Okay, you're making your bait. You're making your houses and whatnot. Okay, you can farm animals. You can farm. Okay. Has Epic just made an MMO? Have they just made an MMO with Legos? Okay, there's gonna be mobs. Okay, towns. Is this... Can we build towns? There's gonna be penises built everywhere. You know that, right? I have no idea, Sarge. I don't follow the sports. I heard something about it like over the weekend. Okay, you can make flying machines. Map is going to be gigantic. There's going to be caves or dungeons, it looks like. Okay. Resource gathering. Skeleton mobs. Big giant creatures. What is happening here? The adventure is building. Find it in Fortnite, December 7th. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. All right, let's watch this again. All right. So did Epic just make Legos? Let's put the Christmas music back on. Did Epic just make Ark Survival with Legos inside of Fortnite? I'm amazed that they took 1,200. I'm amazed they took 1,200 skins in this game. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, and made them all into Legos. This could be pretty cool. This could be pretty cool. What the big thing is going to be for me is it looks like the way they're building the houses. Obviously, it's a cinematic trailer, but it looks like it's going to be preset designs that you just build, right? I don't know if you're going to be able to build like you do in Minecraft. I'm really interested. All this is good, right? You're eating, you're scavenging, you're breaking stuff down, you're building buildings. I'm interested, right? Co-op, right? Play with your friends, basically. Go on missions with your friends and quests and go kill mobs. And there's 2 other people, so there's like 4 players can do it. Okay, and I'm taking this with a grain of salt because it's just a cinematic trailer. Okay. But then you get to this point, and this right here, is this NPCs? Do you build a town and more NPCs come? Or is this each person in this town, this village that you're building, a community that you're building, are you playing in someone else's world? Is this an MMO? Did they just make a Lego MMO? Like, look what's happening here. There's multiple people building things. Right, Prosy? I think they just made Lego into the metaverse. And they look at the different biomes, right? You're looking at I wonder if it's a different map or if it's the Fortnite map. If it's a completely separate map, like, I think it is. It looks like a completely separate map. Travis says, Lego already had an MMO. It didn't do well. Correct, but it's not in Fortnite. This is inside Fortnite. The largest game on the planet. Stell says, yes, different map. Yeah, it looks like a different map. If this is just a limited time game mode, or is this a full-fledged, like, straight up deal with Lego, and this is inside Fortnite now? Because this is next level. I think they've just hit it out of the park. If this is what I think it is. I mean, it looks like dungeons to explore. Right, Eclipse. That's the way I feel. Right? I feel like they're keeping this. We know nothing really about. There's no articles have really been written, you know, up to this point. I'm gonna check the web right now to see if there's anything talking about in more depth. It says the adventures begin. This looks good. I mean, obviously it's a cinematic trailer, but it looks good. Let me see if I can find something on it. Let's see here. The adventurers building explore vast open worlds where the magic of Lego building and Fortnite collide. Arrived December 7th on Nintendo Switch. This is going to be huge. This is going to be huge for Epic. This is going to be huge for Lego. They're all separate game modes that can access from the Fortnite lobby. Yeah. No, I get that. I just wanted to know if it was going to be a limited time mode. Yeah, Prosty, it's Thursday night. We're gonna be starting the GXG podcast at 7 p.m. on Thursday. No, I think it's a permanent edition. Is there a free-to-play game without any microtransactions? Yes. Yes, there's a first-person shooter game that came out recently. That's a free-to-play game that you do not have any microtransactions in it. I forget what the actual what the name of it is. I'm looking through the tweets right now to see if there's anything mentioned. Just it looks like the only thing mentioned so far is for the Switch. Open world adventure. Nothing else I can find. I'm sure Stealth is gonna find something and post something for me. He always does. All right. Now, I know a lot of people, at least in this channel, are not interested in Fortnite. There are some people that do love Fortnite, okay? I think Dolphin likes Fortnite. Stealth likes Fortnite. I think Mo likes Fortnite. There's a couple of people I know that like Fortnite. I don't hate Fortnite. It's just never gelled with me. I was watching Dr. Disrespect the other day, and he was saying when he was playing through the Battle Royale, see, I don't hate Fortnite. I just don't like the Battle Royale, which is the famous part of Fortnite. I like the survival. I like the save the world, okay, for Fortnite. He said when he was playing, he's like, there's just something about it. He's like, it's good. He's like, it just doesn't click. The Battle Royale's just not clicked for me. I like save the world. Now with the Lego coming in for Fortnite, this seems very, very intriguing to me. One, my son is ecstatic about the Lego. He's like, why are they bringing Legos to Fortnite? He's like, but I want to try it. He's never played Fortnite before that. He knows of it, of course, because he's a kid. Kids in his school play it and whatnot, but he's never played. He's never had any interest in Fortnite. And then all of a sudden, boom, right? There it is. What you got here for me, Stealth? All right, here we go. We got some information. See, this is why Stealth is why he's a mod. Been with my channel. Always throwing information. So, all right, here we are. Lego.com. We got Lego Fortnite Adventure is building a match made in the Fortnite game, introducing an epic new adventure with Lego bricks. Drop into a world of unlimited imagination and llamas with Lego Fortnite game, the ultimate survival crafting adventure. Okay. They've taken the characters. They've taken the characters and they've Legofied 1,200 characters that have been in the game already. Okay. Choose your style. We've given iconic Fortnite outfits the Lego minifig treatment, so you can customize your in-game character, which is your favorite. That's it. Link me up. Unlock Special Explorer Emily Fortnite outfit on December 7th. Head to Epic Games and click on Lego. Let's see. Is it cross-platform? We'd love to tell you. We really would, but we just haven't wait until the game launches on December 7th. Look, I'm assuming 100% it's going to be cross-platform. They would be idiots not to do cross-platform. Multiplayer, although we will reveal on December 7th when the game is launched, we say it would be a pretty good guess. There you go. What do you do in Lego Fortnite? Prepare for something a little different than what we're used to. But more news to follow, so they don't want to say anything. December 7th is what they're doing. Open world, good question. What do you reckon? Find out more on December 7th. These are great frequently asked questions. What age is Lego Fortnite for? You'll find out more about this, everything else, right here on page on December 7th. Fortnite experience will launch on December 7th. And what device can you play it on? We'll be able to play Lego Fortnite game on all video game devices you can play Fortnite on. So you can play Lego Fortnite, the survival world, on all devices. Mobile, PC, console, anything that you can put Fortnite on, you can play Lego Fortnite. There you go. All right, Lego Fortnite. Fortnite. This is from Dexto.com. Fortnite and Lego have teamed up for an epic collab that is sure to have building memories and maybe even some real Lego sets. Divide into a brand new open world, deck yourself in Lego themed skins, and you may even be able to recreate your Fortnite adventures with real bricks in the near future. Chapter 4 Season OG has officially come and closed, and the conclusion of the Big Bang event in December 2nd. And the event started up by blowing up the current OG map before taking the player through an upcoming game mode on which you might anticipated collab with Lego. The Lego collab was first leaked through Big Bang Countdown on the game's main screen on the top left corner of the screen, and a Lego Loot Llama can be seen swirling around the galaxy, and this is what their first official teaser or collaboration. Okay, so the context, let's see, Fortnite Lego release date is the 7th. It's a Lego open world survival. Get ready for the survival world. The main focus of Lego Fortnite collaboration is the open world game mode. In this mode, players must build their way through a crafting survival adventure. While similar to idea of Fortnite Battle Royale, in this new game mode, players will be able to launch into a Lego-fied world where everything will be made out of Lego. Features: health and energy, a system for HP and energy levels. Camps that will allow players to sleep in beds and restore health and energy. Mining, able to mine props and ores on the map. Crafting, craft items using workbench for materials collected. Building, able to build using a tool with 9 slots. Vendors, able to buy items from vendors. Enemies, able to fight different enemies on the map that will drop items. Pets, you'll be able to have your own pet. In-game items, Lego and stud gun. Workbenches, beds, fences, catapults and prankster catapults. Map markers, zip lines, and trinkets. Jesus. Like bug gear and potions. You have a couple classes: adventurer, dreamer, explorer, and homesteader. You got sliding, swimming, gliding, flying, running, walking, and falling with fall damage. So there you go. Fortnite skins. 1,200 outfits in Fortnite receive a Lego style at launch of the game mode. Players will be able to choose from one of the outfits in their own Lego style. Moreover, you'll be able to see which item shop skins feature Lego style before you buy it. However, Epic Games has now posted on X that they have currently added 317 detailed Lego styles for skins, as planned to add more in the upcoming months. So just saying, adding them in the months, we're talking this is here for months, right? This is here for months inside of Fortnite, and maybe a staple. While we wait for this to come out, free Lego skins you can also grab and launch by the following few steps. Let's see here. There's also some speculation surrounding the release of actual Fortnite Lego sets to come to the collaboration. Although, like Fortnite skins, nothing has been confirmed. The speculations comes from a tweet from the official Lego account, which is a picture of a loot llama that has been built out of Lego pieces. However, this could also just be a teaser for upcoming game mode. Excuse me. So, this is going to be huge, guys. I know it might not be huge for you, the adults in the room. Some of you are like me. You're like man children or women children. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what this, you know me. I love my survival games. I love my open world survival games. You know what the funny part is? I was right that Fortnite was making an MMO. Sort of. We don't know if it's an MMO, right? We'll know more. Okay. But I said that Epic is going to make an MMO. Little did I think it was going to be a Lego Fortnite collab MMO. Can we agree that Fortnite is bigger than COD now? I think it's been bigger as far as player numbers. Stealth says it's an MMO. It seems like it, right? Well, I don't want to say it's an MMO yet, Stealth, because we just don't know. It could be like Fallout 76, where maybe you only have 16 people or 32 people or something, 24 people on a server. It does sound like an MMO. This is interesting, man. This is interesting. I'm excited. So now tomorrow morning, when does this drop? Stealth, is there a time when this drops tomorrow? Or is it later in the day? We don't have any information on that. If we have a time frame, I might not even do a news show tomorrow. We might just jump into Lego Fortnite and check it out. And if it doesn't come live tomorrow morning, obviously we're doing the GXG Video Game Award show in the evening, but we'll definitely do a Friday stream, 7 a.m. Eastern. Beautiful. All right, so let's plan on tomorrow morning. Since news is a little bit light unless something major happens, we'll start in Lego Fortnite tomorrow and check it out. Lego Fortnite release time is set for 12 p.m. GMT, 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific on Thursday, December 7th. Thank you, Stealth. This is the name Legos gave me. Lady Reliable Monkey 103. Wait, where did you get that name from? And Microsoft buy Fortnite. They would have to buy Epic. And there was a time that we did an article, we talked about it. Well, actually I didn't talk about it. We posted it in our Discord that Google and Tencent were in the talks of buying Epic. So, you know, maybe someone gets a little bug in their ear and they're like, hey, how's it going? And they're like, hey, Microsoft, what's going on? And They're like, you know, we just bought Activision Blizzard and we own Minecraft. We just want to know if you want to, you know, come aboard over here. That would be a huge deal if someone bought Epic Games. I mean, that's a lot of money because of Fortnite. Fortnite has put Epic in the stratosphere, man. They can do what they want. Farmer says you're going to co-stream the video game Diversity Olympics. Yeah, 7 p.m. tomorrow night. We'll be live with GXG. It will not be a GXG regular episode. We're not going to be covering news stories. I mean, obviously, me and Sart will talk about Grand Theft Auto a bit. But other than that, we're going to be just doing the co-stream. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I thought I heard a car pull up. I didn't want someone... Oh, here we go. Yeah, give me 1 second. Someone's at my door. So this is cool. I just got my... I just got my comics. You guys know I talk about... We've covered Rippaverse, Eric July. I got my Rippaverse comics that I ordered. And they came a lot sooner. They came a lot sooner than... And I don't know if any of you guys also... But the packaging to hold your comics in here, man, they ain't playing around. I got the new Alpha Core, and I got ISOM number 2 that I missed when it was out before. So now I got all 3 of the comics, and these are nice comics, man. Yeah, these are nice comics. Like the quality, if you guys. I'm not paid in any way, shape, or form. I'm literally just a fan, and I like what he's doing. So we all do it. You like what you support what you like. So we got all 3 of the comics so far. You know, and what's really cool, what I like about these is that, you know, we weren't alive when Marvel started up. You know what I mean? We weren't alive when Marvel started up. It's like 80 years old. Well, most of us weren't alive. Maybe some of you are. But starting with a comic book company at the start and supporting them and building it up, it's like helping out the video game, you know, what EA became or what Activision became, and then we hate them. So maybe one day we'll hate Eric July and Rippaverse because they might turn into Marvel, but, you know, I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless he sells it to somebody, which I don't think he would. But yeah. That's cool. I'm excited to read those. Are you going to play the day before tomorrow? I'm not. I'm not going to play the day before, the day after. I'm not going to play it the week after. I'm not going to play it a month after unless I get a code. I refuse to play that game. I will play that game in 18 to 24 months when they finally fix it and it's released. Unless I get a code. And then everything I just said goes out the window because I'm not giving them money for that game. Just like I'm not going to give money to Skull and Bones because that game's not going to be complete when it comes out. I love it, Sarge. I love the standing desk. If you can, if I don't know if you can tell, if you watched yesterday's show, even today, right now, my energy level is much higher. I felt good after 2.5 hours of standing. I feel better standing than sitting. I might do the show tomorrow evening standing. Do I need a standing chair? What? That real? Ron says Skull and Bones needs a partnership with Long John Silver's. I'm sorry. Did you say a standing chair? Now, can you game stand is the question. I don't think so. Hold on a second. I gotta look this up. Standing chair. No, I don't need that. That's a stool. Can we just call it a stool? The fuck's a standing chair? It's a stool. Why are we fucking renaming things? The stool. Fucking standing chair. Like an oxymoron. What's the difference? Whatever. I don't get it. Like this thing right here. What are we even talking about? What the fuck is this? What is this? What is this? What the fuck is this? I mean, who knows? This is day 2. Right? This is day 2. Maybe I should just lean up against a wall. It's a stool that identifies as a chair. It's a stool that identifies as a chair. Is it the wall? I don't know what the standing chair is. Right? Like, I don't know. Just leaning. Like, it's a chair that you lean up. It turns into a wall. It's like escalators turning into stairs. A broke escalator is stairs. And a standing chair is a wall. Or a stool. Or whatever it identifies as. Like, you know what? I gotta stand. And now I'm getting tired of standing. So I need to lean. I need a... You know, here's what I'll do. Ready? Bring a chair in. Right? We'll bring a chair in. And I'll just kind of lean on it. Yeah, we'll just lean on it. This feels more natural. Right? This feels more natural. Just... Yeah, just... Don't worry about me, guys. This is a leaning chair. The leaning chair. Yeah, it's a good question. Good question, chat. And this you can do this too. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. I like it. Who needs... I don't think I need a leaning chair. Or stool. Or a wall. I'll get a cinder block. I'll get a cinder block and I'll put the chair up against the cinder block. And then I can just lean. Oh, the possibilities are endless over here. The possibilities are endless. Fucking standing chair. Stool. Or a wall. Look at what. And someone, you know what? Congratulations. I talk into a microphone every single day, and someone was like, you know what? I'm going to take a chair, and I'm going to make it into a wall. I'm going to take a chair and make it into a wall. Brilliant. Or you could get this one, guys. This is also a standing chair. The standing chair. That's what it's called. It's a sit and stand support. You mean a stool? Stool. Like, what are we talking about? It's a stool. Why are we renaming things? This is the way it turns into, right? You're like, my sciatica is bad. So I decided to stand. Getting tired of standing, so I gotta lean. I'm getting tired of leaning, so I need to sit. We're back to square one. What happened? What happened, 30? Well, I had a sciatica problem, so I had to get a standing desk. And then I was tired of standing, so I had to lean. And then I got tired of leaning, so I had to sit. And now I have sciatica problems again. So it's an endless cycle. It's an endless cycle, Doc. I mean, if you want to get a standing chair, cool. Can we just call it a stool? It's a stool remake. Water, you're on fire. You sent me a new link to a new game. You sent it to me on my... Oh, okay. I'm not... I just brought it up on my... We'll go right to it right now, Sarge. I don't even know what this is. I'm gonna go to it right now. Why not? I trust you. We're gonna click on it, and here we go. History. I opened up it on my phone. Is this it? Okay. I'm waiting for it to load for some reason. 37 minutes. Jesus. Well, I don't know if we're going to watch the whole thing, but we'll check it out here.
A hyper-realistic horror driving game set in a suburban environment.
Okay.
Endless Suburbia. A hyper-realistic horror driving game set in a suburban environment. Drive through 6 different atmospheric experiences where an alien invasion, spider infestation, now I know why a few of you guys have suggested this, murderous mime, and other frightful events will happen. I've never played any of these horror driving games before. I know there's things like Beware, and I believe there's one coming out next year called Pacific Drive, which looks really interesting. So I guess this is where
horror
we're starting.
driving.
Let's go.
Okay. Is this VR?
Ooh, okay. Is this our sweet ride? What is this?
Looks like a
I
Toyota.
don't recognize that at all. I like
Toyota
to consider
Corolla.
myself quite
leather.
well,
Got leather seats.
I guess, up to date on cars. Look at that spoiler on the back for that extra downforce. Oh, this baby's going to do 200, no problem. Oh, none of that's working. Wait, do we have like
There's no pedals
lights and stuff? Oh, there we go. Okay. Got some lights at least. Let's put them on during the day. Daytime running lights.
before I see it.
Is this what you would classify?
Before anything, I'm already out. Right? It's so unrealistic. There's nobody on the streets. What's happening here?
It's like suburbia. I know to some people that might be such a stupid thing to hit.
Well, the mirrors actually got stuff in them.
Yeah, but
Backwards.
It's like something I've always wondered. Is just a suburban area short for suburbia? Is that what it is in the States? Where do we go? What is that?
A water tower.
It's just a water tower? All right, let's go this way. So in terms of like what to expect, I have no idea. I don't know what we're going to see, when we're going to see it. Ooh.
This is a nice neighborhood, though. The grass is cut very well.
That's a little bit creepy, the door being open. I was just thinking that back there, like, how weird it would be if certain doors were just open. There's people stood in the doorways just watching you drive past. Yeah, there are, look.
It's a little weird. It's like
some doors are
you
open.
Get out of the car?
I just realized
or are you always in the car?
You see what I did then when I was looking at that doorway? My head followed the door, like I kind of tracked it. When I do that, there's going to be something in the back seat, and if it's a spider... Oh,
there's no...
Like if there's one on my shoulder or one on the seat here, oh... You guys already know. Just prepare your ears.
What? Water. Water's on fire today with the jokes.
Can we like pull handbrakes and stuff? I mean, it stops, but it's not very dramatic. Ooh. What are they?
What is that?
Oh, it's happening. I think this is the... Wait, was it alien invasion? So is all hell gonna break loose now? Home's gonna start getting ripped to pieces and...
Oh, is there a siren going on?
Let's go over to the park. Ooh, listen.
That's pretty eerie.
There is something really, really cool about this.
The really scary part is it's...
In a type of horror or a horror survival or anything like that, just you and the vehicle you have, whether it be... I mean, you could even have things like a horse or something like that. Just you and something to take care of in that situation. I've always liked that idea.
You run out of gas? The dashboard's not moving. The miles per hour thing's not moving.
Definitely kicking up a notch. And these glowing lights. Ooh, there's getting more of them now. Look at that. Got a little sun visor too.
Stop sign's a little small.
Where do we go? Do we go down there to the left? I'm kind of want to get into a spot where we've got an open area to take a look at some of this stuff.
This wasn't planned, guys. Sarge sent me something and we're watching it live.
Whatever it is that's coming in. Yeah, they're over there too. Oh, there's one really close.
A jump scare would be good right now.
Oh no, there's loads of them now. Do I just stay still?
It's getting really dark.
Just keep it moving. We don't want to get abducted.
Nothing to see here.
The door's open. Oh yeah, this is terrifying.
Why aren't the street lights on? None of the house lights are on.
Just to make
all power's out.
Really spooky is just get rid of the street lamps. And then it becomes really creepy, almost like something like a zombie film or something. What are these things doing? They're everywhere now. Oh, I love this. I can't tell you guys how much I love this type of stuff.
If this was Starfield, people would be bitching up a storm right now. They'd be like, no fucking NPCs. It's very linear. The graphics are pretty shitty. And
I've been so far down the rabbit hole too. I'm sure you guys know. I'm sure a lot of you guys have too. The weird and wonderful, strange things that can't be explained.
Then other people will be like, well, at least this game's got a vehicle.
Are they not? Oh, wait a second. No, they are getting closer. Look at this. Slowly getting brighter.
You know what this reminds me of? Water knows what this reminds me of. This is like the event that happened in Destiny 2 back in the day. We're just staring at nothing. To watch some lights move. Hopefully it gets more intriguing than this.
Oh. It's like clicks and stuff. Is that just ambient or is... Nope, that's definitely not ambient.
Does Tom Cruise start running down the street next to you?
Definitely coming in. Right, let's try and keep some momentum. Let's get the speed up a little bit. They can't outrun my my sweet ride, my baby.
Don't tell me this game has skins for different intruders.
My eyes are trying to stay fixed on the sky.
I'm not sure what
as
this
well
is,
as every
Robbie.
single house.
I know
in case
nothing
we
about
see
what
something
we're
going
watching
out
here.
of them. Some little green men, some greys or something like that. You never know. You don't know what species is coming in, where they're coming from. Look how many there are now. That's actually really, really cool.
No, not that one, Chief. I'm talking about the one where the lights
right
just
here?
moved in
Whoa.
the sky. Not even the ship crashed.
Yeah, let's go right.
At least I don't think the ship crashed in that one. Was it that one?
I don't think I have to stay on one side of the road, but I know the minute that I
Was
don't
it the same
do
one?
that, I just... Oh, shh.
What the fuck was that?
What's that? Oh, look!
There's people being abducted. Look at this.
People are being abducted. You can... Whoa. You can actually see them.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
There's like a cone of light, and people are actually inside of it. They're doing what we said. I didn't think that would be a thing. Wait, let's get around and see if we can see one.
We stared at it for 4 hours.
No doubt we're probably
Like,
gonna
it's happening.
have to drive away
Can
from
we-
something trying to get to us in
Is
a
it
second. We're
moving?
just gonna have a beam
That's
over
all
the
right.
top-
Do you
over
see
the
it?
top
Do you
of
see it
us.
moving?
There we go. You guys could see that then. Right over the top of the house. Oh, right here. Look at this. There it is. One going straight up. They're upside down too. So they just got picked up off the sidewalk from their gardens. Oh yeah, people are being snatched from everywhere now. Listen to the screams.
This is what's going to happen.
It's horrific.
This is how it's going to happen. Don't go
Not
outside.
even indicating.
Don't touch grass.
It's the end
See
of
what
the world.
happens when you
Nobody
touch grass?
cares. Look how cool that is. I mean, I wouldn't be saying this if this was actually a, like a thing in real life. Look how cool. Oh, my God! What the?
Bro. Bros says, I mean, this does look as boring as Starfield. It must have adopted the same. We made a planet empty on purpose.
Have we been abducted?
Oh, we're being abducted. Out of the car. Don't go towards the light. Don't go towards the light.
I think we did. Wait, what?
That was it?
So are we supposed to avoid being
That was
captured
it?
or something?
You gotta drive around and try not to get abducted?
Unless
Bro.
it's something different every time? All right.
Bro. That's the game?
We're gonna shake that off. It was a terrible dream. We're just going for a little bit
This
of
is
a
the
ride
game.
in our baby once more. We just had it cleaned. We had it fixed up. Some new tires put on. Beautiful day. Hang on a second. Let me put some music.
It is like watching the let me fast forward to the night part here.
Nope, nope. I'm not stopping. It feels like the car's trying to pull me over to this.
Oh
Look
my
at it.
God, giant
Oh my
spiders.
God. It's massive. Nope. We can outrun it. Okay, it's
Come
not
on,
as scary
Kylo.
as I thought. Okay, we're fine now. We're fine. Are we fine? I can barely see it though. Get it in that moonlight.
Is there like a score?
Oh, yeah, he's tracking
How long
us.
you gotta stay alive for? Like, what are we? What's
I can't
happening?
really slow down either, because if I take one of these turns, oh, it's definitely closing in.
No, I don't know if this is VR. I
we
said,
just get
is it
this over
VR?
with?
It was a question. Fuck that,
Or do
dude.
I try and
Can
outrun
you imagine a
this thing?
spider that big?
Oh, pump the. Whoop. Oh, my God!
Fucking floor
No,
it.
look at, no,
I would burn the car.
Oh my God! I
Done.
have goosebumps everywhere on my body right now.
Nope.
Okay, right.
Nope.
Let's keep it going.
This must be in Australia.
I knew I'd turn around and see some shit in there, and I suppose that could be like pretty terrifying, especially like they don't have the headlights on either, and then all of a sudden, are they gonna get close and then
There's
the
a car
headlights are gonna
behind
be
us
on and
now.
We can't see anything.
There's a-
What's
there's-
that movie called? There is actually a horror movie with that where, oh, is it a truck? I can't remember what it's called. It was actually really good. I remember watching that with my sister. It was about, there was like a trucker or something. I believe the voice is the person from Silence of the Lambs who plays Bill. What was that called?
There's
Either
a
way,
car.
You can tell I'm just trying to make small talk right now because I have no
car's
idea what's
following
about to happen, but
up on the gas.
people are going to get destroyed by
Sunday?
whoever's in that car, so let's keep it moving and hope that doesn't happen. What happens if I stop? Oh, yeah, that is pretty creepy. Can I back up?
He backs up.
Oh, yeah, look at that. It's there. Oh! Is he trying to ram us off the road?
Was that a glitch? What is happening?
Why does it keep doing that? Why does it keep snapping my head in different directions? I'm guessing that's to look at points of interest, but I'm just not seeing it. It's so incredibly dark. I will have obviously brightened things for you guys, so maybe you can see something that I can't.
This would be pretty freaky if you were playing in VR, right?
I'll be honest, I'm not actually sure what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe kill my headlights so he can't see where I'm going. Nope.
Like
he just drifted around the corner and he's still on my 6.
Is it like a ghost car? What is it? What is this one?
Like maybe bob and weave a little bit.
Gotta lose him? You're in a fucking neighborhood.
Let him know that I know he's there. Ooh. Oh yeah, this shakes things up. There's certain parts of this that are just so dark. It would be more terrifying as well if you could see out the mirrors and the rear view too.
Yeah, it would.
He's still there though.
Still there. You haven't stopped at any stop signs.
Keep it going.
These are stop signs infractions. Tickets galore.
Ooh. Oh yeah, now he's setting the mood.
This is where Jason comes out and stands in front of the car.
Always gets better with this type of rain, right? This is usually where everybody goes home happily ever after.
I guess.
When there's this kind of weather in a horror movie. He's really not doing much. Either that, or it's making me think that nothing else is going to happen, and then when I least expect it,
bam,
some horrible shit is about to happen. And it's going to make me jump. We turn around.
Oh, you're on a dead end.
Oh
my god.
I called it. I knew it.
That freaked.
Okay, that wasn't half bad though.
That freaked me out a little bit.
I kind of knew something like that would happen. At least I got him off my yeah, I did. At least I got him off my 6. Let's keep going. We're gonna go straight. It's supposed to be like a ghost car or something.
The car one seems like the dumbest one. He's still following you.
Oh, there's no way. He's back. Oh, no.
This is like that movie,
Okay, we're going to go left.
Hell's that movie? We're being chased by the killer car.
Oh, my.
Oh, what?
Oh, my. Oh, that scared me so bad.
Pristine, that's it. Yeah.
I never thought I would get scared by me, so I guess he's trying to get out of the sandstorm. And he
Like a
just
truck.
crushed right in front of my car. There was nothing I could do. I'm sorry. My brakes aren't that good. They're really spongy right now because of this weather.
Wait, did he hit something?
What was... The wind is just ripping. Yeah, if we saw like the houses and stuff slowly eroding away or something, that could be, or I guess, to set the mood a little bit more. Oh
my god!
Oh, I hit someone.
What the hell?
And he floated away.
What the hell was that?
Oh, that was so loud. Poor guy.
It's just like a normal life, just hit somebody and keep on driving.
I guess he's trying to get out of the sandstorm and he just crushed right in front of my car. There was nothing I could do. I'm sorry. Look at the leaves though. Everything like being taken up a notch. I am a little bit aware now that people might just run out in front of the road, so my eyes are scanning from left to right.
I would never turn. I would just keep my head straight.
Ooh. Yep. Getting some kind of different noises. Either the wind's picking up or things are starting to break.
The house is going to crash into them.
Oh.
No, see, when you do that...
Is that a tornado? All right, let's keep going. See if we can outrun the tornado. I've seen Twister.
What is this, Battlefield 2042?
We can do this.
It's got a tornado.
There's a turn coming up. Let's do a hard right. Let's go right. Into the wind. What?
Nope.
Wait, what just happened?
You're in the tornado, buddy.
No way. We've been sucked up by the tornado.
2042. You'll be fine. Put your seatbelt on.
Oh, no.
No, you're fine. I kind of want to watch what they all do now. What's this one?
It's definitely not the aliens, is it?
Is this on Game Pass?
Sounded similar.
It's not on Game Pass, I don't think. I think this is a PC game. Why would you stop?
Something is happening. I can hear the screams. I don't know what of, though.
All of a sudden, from down the street, you just see a thing coming at you. It says NFT.
Oh, no,
You're like,
no,
not the NFT.
I do not like that. The fact that there's pitch black right next to those houses. Oh, something is definitely... Oh, like that! Oh, you... I gotta stop doing that.
I would never
Every
stop.
time. I don't know if it's like a curse that I have now where I just manifest shit that just happens every time. And the one time that silly thing where it like controls your head looking in a direction and then walk like that. Still hearing those screams as well. Stay calm. I don't really have a fear of clowns and stuff like that, but a psychopath that's running at me like that in the dead of night, that'll definitely get the heart going.
This is a game. I don't even know what the game is called. Sarge sent it to me and said, "Here, you gotta watch this. This is an actual game. It's basically you're in a car and there's different scenarios that happen. There's like an alien abduction.
Oh my
dude!
I was gonna say I heard breathing.
This is like a Uber driver gone wrong.
What are you doing? Oh, he looks like, what's that movie? The Terrifier.
Oh God.
I can't.
It's like, what the?
My head forward.
Can you get out of my car, sir? Gonna be.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, dude!
Okay.
No.
Oh, look at his face.
No.
Let me see if I can get him in under the light. Look at that.
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry if you're scared of clowns. Oh my God.
Oh my God! It's my.
I'm looking away. Nope, not doing it.
He's gonna be in the seat next to you. He's gonna be in the seat next to you. Oh my God!
I clicked out the game. Holy shit! I clicked out the game. Okay. I think I've got one more in me, guys. I don't think my heart is gonna.
That
take
was the
it
worst
after that,
one.
So this is gonna have
That
to be
shit was the
last
worst one.
That was really bad. Nothing be. Yeah, that was nasty on 20 different things as well.
He
Right.
literally clicked out of the game.
Let's see what else it's got in store for us.
Oh my God, that was the worst
Can we just
one.
have like a daytime one, please? Like a
If I was in a
land shark or
standing
something.
chair, I would have
Something we
fell
can
out.
deal with,
I
you
would have
know?
fell out of the standing
Just
chair.
keep the beats per minute down. Oh, that stupid thing's got me checking the back seat now. Way more than I did before. Maybe I do have a fear of clowns, or mimes, I should say, and I just never really knew it because that was horrifying.
All right.
My
I could have been leaning up
entire
against the
arm
wall
cramped
and
up.
could have
Never
slid.
experienced anything like that, or at least that bad. Let's just keep it going this way. I wonder if there are any like ways out of this. If there's like a 1% chance.
What is that?
What in the War of the Worlds is that? Let's go this way.
Oh my god. Eerie.
Wait, is that actually what it's going to be? I love that sound.
That's good sound.
I'm not seeing anything going on. Do it right here.
They gotta add things to this.
I'm
like
just
the guy
waiting for
said,
something
like,
to happen,
oh,
like something to
doors are
break up out
open,
of
but
the
guys just
ground,
staring
or
at you like eerie.
like a giant leg to just appear in. That definitely sounded like something from War of the Worlds, right? It wasn't just me.
Or someone's
like
walking down the
second
street and all of a
tone.
sudden they get
What was that?
murdered.
Let's go this way. Is it like a field or something? Baseball field? Yeah, so there's definitely areas that you can find that you've not been to yet. I was saying that before we heard that noise. Like, I wonder if there's an actual way you can go to find things. If you go, like, around the perimeter and stuff, you can just come across stuff. Yeah, that's like a... Is it? Is that a baseball field? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a baseball field.
Oh. Whoa. What is that?
I don't know. What are you looking at? What's he looking at? I don't see anything.
There's something... Is that a creature flying?
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Can't quite see it.
No, it's just
See
mountains.
the two of them there, just kind of just hovering on the spot. Is there?
Where? I thought I saw something, but
I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, that right
oh,
there.
yeah. I see him. I
just-
see him.
oh,
I see him.
He's got wings, like an angel or something.
This is where I would, in real life, I would look
I don't know
and
if I
then
should let
drive
my
the
guard
opposite
down right now,
direction.
because this is all very, very calming and everything seems like pretty peaceful, but that's probably going to change any second. You're going to start swooping down and destroying the car or something.
I'll lay on your hood.
Oh yeah, there's more down there too. Let's go this way. I want to try and get away from the sun so I can see
These
them.
are the people that are coming back from the alien abduction.
Oh wait, there's more. There's other stuff in the sky. Oh, is this the fear of death? Is that what that's supposed to represent? Because I think there's just like normal people there, and then I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong with that, but I could be reading way too much into it, but that might be it. Looks like they're getting lower down too.
I can't really see it. He sees it, I guess, better on his monitor. Can't really see it on ours.
Oh yeah, I think that's what it was. We were up in the clouds.
Yeah.
The end.
That was a dumb one.
I was right with that. The last one was to represent.
That was interesting. I'll give it a like. This is Fooster. Fooster. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up there. That was interesting. Fucking clown in the back of the car. Forget that shit. That was ridiculous. All right. It's time to watch ACG's review of Avatar. That shit was crazy. The clown in the back of the car. The alien one was okay. The alien one was okay. The spider one, the spiders in the car, that was a little freaky. The car was stupid. It's a 74 so far, Water. So it's a trash game. Trash game. Let's I like ACG because he doesn't give it like he gives his thoughts, right? And then tells you if it's a purchase or not. Oh, that game was called, by the way. Hold on. Endless Suburbia. Endless Suburbia was the game name. Endless Suburbia. Or, as other people like to call it, Starfield. All right. Let's watch, shall we?
What is Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and who the hell's it for? At times, it's sliding through the tall grass, slaughtering invaders, taking out enemies, grabbing some fleshy, liquid-filled pods from an alien tree and chugging them down. Then leaping on the back of your four-eyed pterodactyl thingy and flying up to some floating islands because it looks fun. Then seeing a diseased, corpsed-out section of a massive part of the forest and crafting some arrows and diving deep to deliver terror onto a bunch of enemies while simultaneously destroying the machine, poisoning the land, only to see it refresh itself. Then going home, hanging out, kitting up your cat, and nabbing a little sleepy time after outfitting Bojangles with a cool military vest and some cloth and nuts to cover his...
nuts.
Well, and that's just a day in the life of the Na'vi. But what does a game made by the Division devs on their own engine Snowdrop that's open world in a jungle environment with multiple loops feel like? There's an old D&D saying, the problem isn't the dragon, it's the fire it breathes. And Avatar has a distinct danger of being considered nothing more than a side spin-off of the Far Cry series, despite different devs and an engine. But
Right.
is it? Subscribe.
Yeah, you have kind of a problem, right? And I'm not saying, because I know nothing of the game, right? We watched a couple videos last week and 2 weeks ago prior or whatever, right? Obviously, Microsoft has a samey type of feel of a game, right? And regardless if you play it or not, you're going to look at it and you're going to go, boom, that's what it reminds me of.
Subscribe for reviews as well as more podcasts coming up. Rogue Trader will be the next one, most likely. The best fictions are those that start out with that initial premise, the first turn that makes you wonder what's going on, that intrigues you while it introduces, captivates while it catapults you into the game. Avatar is none of those things.
Ooh. Let me rewind what he just said there.
Trader will be the next one, most likely. The best fictions are those that start out with that initial premise, the first turn that makes you wonder what's going on, that intrigues you while it introduces, captivates while it catapults you into the game. Avatar is none of those things. The game's first 10 minutes feels like a poorly done mod, with odd story moments, weird, clumsy, anticlimactic fade scenes, and a stealth and chase section that feels like a solid C+ development school first level project. Weirdly bland locations and time jumps. And then
Weirdly bland locations. I always find that in certain games, like people said that in Division, like they're like, oh, it's bland. But you look at the attention to detail that they put into those games. Now, Massive did make that, and Massive made this. And what I can tell from just you might run past this and it's bland, but that's what this is, right? Not everything at every moment in any game is supposed to be like high impact, like amazing stuff, right? You got to get through the boring stuff to get to the interesting stuff.
school first level project. Weirdly bland locations and time jumps.
Like, what's weirdly bland?
And then you get outside.
Come on, Dolphin.
And god damn. It's really rare to have a moment of visual dichotomy that's so profoundly delivered that you sit back and say, holy crap. You realize you're having a hero moment, one that many game devs have talked about delivering and saying that over and over again. That's Avatar once you actually get out into the open world. And from that point on, the world's your oyster. Mostly.
500,000 people reviewed it on Steam. You're talking about this game, Eclipse, or are you talking about Elden Ring? I know you're having a conversation with Travis.
Let's talk about the story and just get it out of the way. This may sound characteristically blasé, the way it is. The first 15 or 30 minutes is a tutorial where you're introduced as one of a group of children stolen from your parents and trained to fight with the humans as part of a team. It's here where you meet the enemy, the bad guy, the dude who kidnapped you as a kid. And he could have come marching in a cloak made of baby skins and a tattoo that says, I'm the bad guy, and been less noticeable. It works, though. And from that point on, you're like, this is the guy I hate. These are the men that work for him, and they all need to.
I agree, House. Division 1 and 2, the way the world building that they've done, and like they tell a story by not saying anything. Just looking at a pile of body bags leaned up against a house, you're like, what happened here? You know what I mean? Like the amount of trash and junk and like a blown up side of a building or a car flipped over, you look at it, it tells a story. I like that type of stuff, right? Even when he was walking through the bland environment with the thing falling down and the boxes turned over, you're like, well, what happened here?
To die. During one of your trainings, things go terribly wrong and sets up the later events of the game. From then on, you're learning the ways of the Na'vi, having been removed from them as a child, learning to hunt and move and interact with the world, explore, and, yes, fly around on the back of your Ikrin or dire horse. Unsurprisingly, this is also where Avatar opens up. For example, when hunting in Avatar, despite it being a game, it's actually based on a huge amount of the movie's details to make sure it reflects the canon of the game and the movies, and this feeds back into the system. So, for example, everything in the game is fully explained with science and even backing up how fruit and how you pick it can matter, or shooting some kind of animal for hunting. For example, tracking and making sure not to damage the animal's skin can be a difference between having something usable and not so usable as a product. So deciding to shoot a 2-pound glowing rabbit with a gun caliber charitably labeled as overkill is going to leave you with a bloody smear on the ground. Now,
okay, so you like spoil the meat if you shoot it with a gun. That's realistic.
You may notice I talked about hunting first. That's because Avatar is split for gameplay right down the middle, or in this game's case, a perfect triangle of experiences between combat, exploration, and hunter-gatherer, which is different than, let's say, the Far Cry titles. Each here feels important compared to the next. For example, hunting leads to dropping off food supplies to various clans, which then can raise your reputation as well as your ability to buy items, while also cooking those items and finding all manner of recipes can buff you in larger combats, as well as some of the mini-boss and semi-bosses that can pop up in different areas. More importantly, feeding it to your steed to keep them healthy during large battles or between them. However, animals also have their own roving grounds, sometimes different for normal versions as well as special, more rare variants. You can also find them trapped by human enemies and culled for their parts.
That's cool. So you can get different mounts at different locations, sort of like a Red Dead Redemption type of thing, where there's different horses at different cities and different breeds that you can get. Obviously, he said you can release them by like saving them from like, I guess, imprisonment or poachers.
Each has a special weakness that can help you with taking them down without ruining the kill. Avatar thinks it's important enough that they even have their own filter on the map to track where different ones are, and using your Na'vi vision, you can track them using scent trails. That is, if you don't...
I feel like that's a good collector's thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a collector, I like collecting stuff, right? If I collect one, I'm like, oh, that's cool looking. And as long as I can go get it myself, and there's no microtransactions to go buy a certain cooler type, and you can just find them in the game, cool. And I know there's no microtransactions. I know there's a season pass and stuff like that. I'm just saying in general, I like looking for things that you can collect in games.
Want to just use the audio to track him, which I'll talk about in a moment because it is well worth mentioning. And to do all that and find those places, you're going to hit some exploration. Frontier's world is huge, even on the back of any of the steeds and not without their own dangers. But
how fast until someone runs to the end of the map and says we hit a wall? How fast?
Vertically present feeling of the game is something that I just haven't seen in a long time. Some of the most profound use of verticality I've seen in a game yet, building off Avatar's idea of floating mountains with pools and items, herbs, animals and lore and stories to learn as you explore. But the scale is truly impressive. Spending 20 minutes climbing up a mountain face and back trails to just cruising through a weeded jungle, but then you can dive down deep near the rivers and you can train your...
I just want to say there's moving plants for those of you that are like, well, the plants aren't moving with the wind. They're moving.
Ikrin to grab food out of the water to feed itself. I'm going to say they're familiar in that way, but also alien in just the fact that there's so much vegetation and different animal flora and fauna that is quite surprising that it can feel completely unique. And your treks between all of these to perform the quests, collect, fight enemies, or just for fun is going to lead you to the realization that this game is huge. But no matter what you think, size doesn't always matter. It's what's contained within it, what's too much and what's not enough. This is a difficult problem Far Cry games have wrestled with, where they're scared that if they go like 40 seconds without a major firefight or some random dude with a horse
Right.
selling you guns on a trail, that there's a problem. You know it's bad when weed dispensary owners in the Pacific Northwest look at your game and go like, man, that's a lot of shops.
Yeah. So that's a problem, right? You do a lot of things, and there's one spectrum to the next, right? Where some people are playing a game and they go 45 seconds, they're like, there's nothing to do, bored, right? And then there's Starfield, which goes like, you can go 5-6 minutes without seeing something, and people lose their shit. So there's like a balance of games of where there's enough to do. If you take 15 seconds and go one direction, like you're in a spot, you go 15 seconds or 45 seconds in any direction, do you hit something to do? Is that what it should be? Personally, I don't think there should be something everywhere. Is it nice to hit? Because I always find the balance of people talking about, well, I just want to play a video game. And there's games that just want to play games, gamers that just want to play games, and there's gamers that want to have an experience. And there's sometimes weave into each other where people want to play games and they play a game like this that's story driven with lots of cutscenes and lots of exploration, and they're bored and they're like, it's just. And when they say they didn't like the game, it brings it down a notch because they're like, oh yeah, it's really boring. And all people hear when you say something like that is it's boring. They don't care why the example was or if there was an example. They're just like, oh, it's boring. I don't want to, I don't want to deal with that. Where I feel like it's okay not to have something in a corner of a map. We talked about this last week, with Spider-Man going, I don't need to go into an alleyway and there has to be something there. It could just be an alleyway, right? And I can go to that alleyway and explore it and not find something. It's okay.
Avatar does not actually have that problem at all. It centers the activities, reputations, rewards, and most everything else into specific locations with only side quests out in Pandora. It's a notable and worthwhile change that slightly flips the feeling of Pandora to something else that...
So that's cool. You can't get the side quest within the hub. You got to get the side quest without in the world of Pandora.
I really wasn't expecting. Let's discuss the combat, because this was expected in many ways. And like most open-world shooter games, Avatar hits those tropes. Weapon wheel, check. Different ammos, check. Explosive subcategory, check. Crafting items as you sprint just below the headline of some pissy marine, checkity check. The game offers short bows and long bows, heavy bows, shotguns, assault rifles, RPGs, bomb throwers, and more. And hell, man, you got yourself a party. All of them are customizable with items that both affect their gameplay or just look cool, which matters if you're playing co-op with another friend who wants to jump in.
I didn't know there was co-op in the game. I heard that yesterday night that there was co-op, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
By the way, co-op progress is saved for both, meaning if you jump into your game, you can skip any missions you've already done in some...
That's nice that you can skip ahead if you've already done the mission.
Somebody else's. Bow combat feels pretty good, with each fulfilling a different range, but the staff sling itself is hilarious, and outside of that, this thing just throws out traps, not unlike Horizon Zero Dawn. But watching the human enemies realize that it's there if they saw you toss it, and then seeing them shift around to try to not get blown to dust, only to have the...
Yeah, but didn't Lono only play like 5 hours of it? D-Money? 8.75 within 5 hours of the game. I mean, I wonder where that number would be at the end when he plays it completely through.
Their friend who didn't see it run straight into it like a kamikaze pilot is awesome. The guns themselves feel pretty good. Each has their own place. Enemy AI is about what you would expect. Here, sometimes it shows great care in not blowing their own legs off on explosives, and the mechs have a wicked side dodge leap that can put what was in front of you behind you in a millisecond. Other times, they can't get out of a gate, and shooting them with arrows results in a consistent, we have sensed enemy presence in our sector. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. As you turn 3 of their best friends into pufferfish by just filling them full of arrows. Harder difficulty is mostly just up the damage done and received, so not a lot of real choice there. I can see sometimes it feeling awesome, and other times it felt exactly as you would expect. Tearing someone out of their mech and then turning his pal into a pinata with a well-placed arrow as thick as a friggin' baseball bat is also great. And also in exploring, it's moments of almost serene awe and a much more sedate exploration than we've seen in other games. These are all combined by one particular change that I see in Avatar that a lot of games haven't hit, and that is movement. Firstly, you can load the jump button.
I think visually this game looks very good, right? But that's not what... Like a book cover could look awesome, and then you start reading the book. Doesn't matter if the book cover is good, right?
Like you're getting your arms and your legs into the jump. And at first it feels awkward, but then it just sort of clicks. And it's helped by the game's architecture having so many things to climb and run on. Huge mushrooms, vines, twisted trees, branches, massive leaves. It turns the game into this slick, odd mixture of first-person shooter and parkour. The developers were also spot on their planning to simulate the Navi's ability to climb and move by making the surfaces have just a bit more leeway on their movement than you would expect. A subconscious get-out-of-hell free card for a moment that keeps the player connected to the world, mimicking expert climbing.
He said in his little thing there popped up.
Free card for a
He says if you feel it's floaty, make sure feedback is set to high.
Moment that keeps the player connected to the world, mimicking expert climbing abilities far beyond what a normal human.
Right, House? So Avatar is Atari box art, and the game. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're watching the review right now.
Protagonist has. This all ties into the skill tree and how it works and how it's used and upgraded. Not really a surprise. Na'vi have skills in a skill tree that's not.
I want to make it clear. Whatever he gives, he says, buy, pass, or whatever. He doesn't give an actual score. That's why I like ACG. He just gives you the information, and then you make the choice if you want it or not, right? And obviously, if you like the game, you like the game. It doesn't really matter what anyone else says about the game. People like to get defensive of something they spend their money on because if someone doesn't like it, then they feel like it's an attack on them because they spent their money on that game. I don't give a shit, right? If I like a game, if something intrigues me, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna enjoy it or not enjoy it, right? I don't care what anyone says.
Unlike other games of this type, with these trees based on Survivor, Warrior, and so on. Additionally, you get to the highest normal skill in each tree, and you have an actual quest to get that skill, or a challenge of some way, effectively tying the world narrative with that growing power of the character altogether. I can fault Avatar for a couple different things, but making it feel like it's its own thing is actually not one of them. Most importantly, though, are the ancestral skills, a different subset that by finding more of these old flowers, you can get high as a kite and then attain more powerful ancestral skills, which are easily the most impactful in the game. And a couple deal directly with special moves you can use in combat, but it also has helpful skills in exploration. The game has a lot of hidden information, story and character-wise, in the
Yeah, but the difference between everybody else, Travis, and you, is that you get mad when someone doesn't like what you like, but you're okay shitting on something that other people don't.
Locations of the world, and many of them are not hinted and usually end up getting you or benefiting you in some way. Speaking of benefits, you can assume.
So something happened here. This whole area is just devastated. Like a fire happened here.
That Avatar has a loot system, and it does, upgrading your character with items that you find in the game world as well. And in a unique turn, the human factions have a different kind of supply they want with its own little mini-game for resources. Again, bravo to the dev for just saying, hey, let's go all in on making it seem slightly different. You can even upgrade your mount.
Hold on a second. What was the...
for just saying, hey, let's go
the different things. You had magazine. Assault magazine. Okay, magazine mod. 6% RDA.
Slightly different.
6% wildlife damage.
You can even
What was the last one?
Bravo to the dev for just saying, hey, let's go all in on making it seem slightly different.
5% RDA damage. You don't even need that one anymore. That one's garbage. Because the other one,
you can even upgrade your mount, adding the ability to attack flying creatures, fish for food, as I said before, and even more. Now, let's briefly touch on Ubisoft's connection, not the software. The feeling that despite playing games from different devs, there's a sameness to them. Does Avatar fall victim to that with these gameplay loops? Sure, in some ways. There's collectibles in some way. There's a cooking system.
It's pollution? Okay.
Hunting system and upgrade systems. But even non-Ubisoft games have a number of those. What I can say is that I walked away with a greater deal of solid, memorable, and different experiences in Avatar than I've had in the last 4 Far Cry games. And some of that can be the graphics and the performance.
D-Money says, the UI is still an alpha. It bugs me. The UI is still an alpha? What do you mean by that, D-Money? Did they say that? Or are you saying that's the UI from the alpha?
Kudos to the developers of Pandora on the phenomenal work they did in level design. In a world this overgrown and this lush...
Yeah, Massive is... I've said it a couple weeks ago. Massive is one of the best for level design. Like, just the amount of detail they put in their games, it's amazing. It's amazing what they do.
The idea of getting lost, both lightly brush in the back of your mind at all times, is also battling with playability and impacting the player. I was astonished that in a chase scene or climbing scenes, there's an intrinsic, almost instinctual nature to the level building. One example, of course, you've seen before was the Rookery, a massive mile-high climb to get a mount that involved climbing and leaping into the air with nothing below you and a fair amount of springing across gorgeous landscapes. And yet this level design consistently hints at where the path is. Small deviations in the terrain heights and other natural indicators consistently feed visual data to the player, and it's incredible to see how well they nailed that. This is also helped by the micro details that you can raise or lower in the settings, with smaller debris and shrubbery being added as you move in a very natural way. While you do occasionally get pop-in the game, the amount of it is surprisingly low. There's a visual clarity in this image that is pretty astounding. It shows that Snowdrop is just one hell of an engine, and you can see that easily when we talk about the performance. With a new i7 at 5.2 and a 4090 with 64 gigs of RAM, performance-wise, I was getting 70 to 100 FPS with no upscaling.
This is on PC, Otter. This is on PC.
Scaling at all at 4K, and most settings on Ultra with a couple on high, and just no stuttering whatsoever. Now that jumped to over 100 FPS using DLSS or FSR. FSR has frame gen, but at this time it looks like DLSS doesn't. With a 3080, the same performance can be eked out at around 1440p. While no particular one setting had a dramatic performance impact alone, I can say that spending some time inside of the game options to verify you need some of the settings to be up or down from Ultra can be worth it. And many times the changes between one or two settings are almost impossible to see, but combined, they can grab you another 10 or 15 FPS just with all those improvements. Be aware that those settings, I was seeing higher and higher VRAM usage, so that it can impact lower level cards even if they have high speeds. VRAM's a thing. To say it lightly, the game's performance is well above expectations I had due to the prior games we've got this year and in the last couple years. But because of the sheer amount that Avatar's showing on screen and its use of smart item fading and the pop-up, you either see it minimally or just very occasionally, and it can look incredible. Lastly, I do want to point out, I'm sure someone's going to say, oh, there's too much vegetation. But this is what
I love that. I'm in a forest. There's too much forest in this forest. There's too much story in this story game. There's too much driving in this driving game. There's always people that complain about that stuff. Well, this map is just too big in this big map.
I wanted since the first day I ever said, look at the grass in a game, and kept repeating it each new generation with each stellar title that improved it. Hidden here or there are some muddy, noticeably poor detail textures, and the texture loading issue and a customization screen popped up even when using a Gen 4 NVMe drive, where occasionally you'd go to put on different armor, and it would take a second for that armor to load. When it comes to bugs, I had a few pathfinding errors for a couple NPCs, a stutter during two particular cutscenes that went away after a couple seconds, as well as a couple times where I had low-res explosions and fire effects in some combats. But it's astounding to play and look at. It's just otherworldly. And that also extends to the audio. While yes, you're Na'vi, so you have Nam vision, the ability to see threats and items in your world by pushing a button, the game's audio system's robust enough that you can do it without that, which will come in handy both in massive battles where your senses can get numbed, or if you decide to just mow.
From just the gameplay that we're looking at, okay, it does seem very samey, okay? And I get that's a weird statement to say. I can see it becoming a little bit repetitive. Now, I know in his reviews specifically, he tries not to show anything that's spoiler, so he's going in generic places and stuff like that. So I'm just, my thought process is it the same thing over and over? And obviously, if you like to explore places, this is a game, like Skyrim could be different for everybody. Someone could just do the story of Skyrim and go through the giant world of Skyrim. Or they could just explore and go everywhere they want, and then whatever they come across, that's what they do, type of thing. So I hope that this is not sort of like do the thing, and then all of a sudden the same thing that happened that happens in Starfield, where you go to a planet, okay, because it's a large. This happens in No Man's Sky. This happens in any wide open area game where you go to a location, let's say in the upper left-hand quadrant of the map, okay, and then while you're up in the left-hand quadrant, you see a base. You go into that base, and then you start going through methodically, searching everything, and blah, blah, blah. Then you go to the right quadrant of the place, and it's the same type of thing. Now, this happens in Starfield. The difference in Starfield is that you're not, it hasn't happened to me anyway, on the same place, not going to see the same buildings, but you're going to see the same buildings on other planets. And when you notice that, that's when it starts to go, and then you do it, and then you don't do it again. So next time you come up to the third building, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to go in there and do that again, right? That's a problem with a lot of open explore games. they don't give enough variety of places to go. And when you first, again, if I go to 1 and then 2 and they're both the same because of where I went, that could break the immersion, where someone else might go to 1 and then 5 and then 6 and they're not the same. And then when they go to 7, it's the same as 1 type of thing, like different locations. So hopefully it's more disguised. And again, I don't know.
Down a ton of creatures and for a while lose the connection to the spirit world. FYI, this sounds terribly unfun, but it really wasn't a big deal. I submit to you that by the time you're mowing down a ton of Avatar's forest creatures, you're most likely doing it with a machine gun or explosives, and so being able to sense enemies is the least of your concerns. It's got incredible sound work when it comes to that. Throughout all of this, you can jump in and adjust a number of the sounds in the audio tab, including mixing for the sound effects to be mixed at a more noticeable level if you're seeing that that's become an issue. Being able to use the soundscape to identify enemies is something I talk about in a lot of games, and I love it when it works, especially if you don't want to use one of those different vision systems these games have. The far-off crunch and bang of a machine that digs into the earth can be heard almost a quarter of a mile away, and finding enemies, resources,
That's interesting. So the sound design is really good.
or animals on sound alone is relatively easy. Speaking of noticeable, let's talk about the music. Completely based on the style and musical details that we get from the original movies, it's got a really wicked tribal-styled series of themes, but then it's also got some orchestral elements over the top as well, and you get a mix of that, so it creates this primal sophistication that fades in and out as you take on activities and enemies, or explore new lands, or find new items. It's got a really good score for the game. I can point out that at times the music seemed to cut out quickly or almost get confused when I stopped during a quest that was having me move quickly, like the orchestra thought something really amazing was going to happen, and then I sat staring at the sky for a minute. And that fade-off meant that some of the more subdued and subtle layers of the music weren't noticeable enough from the background wind and noise. Then I started moving, and the game was like, oh shit, he's running again, and almost fought to catch up. Speaking of catching up, this is where voice work in a lot of these games have an issue, is that they don't end up equaling the music or the sound. Voice work in Avatar is done well enough. Tropish to the point of noticing, but not to the point of being notably off-putting. Some characters, like the old man who decided to cook you dinner, are pretty cool, different, and others start to sound like they're just bog-standard guy with a quest kind of voiceover that you would expect. And how does all this come together? Let's talk about fun factor. Firstly, the game was incredibly fun, different style of title than I was expecting in all ways, and it is own thing, and
I do hate the way the Na'vi hold their guns.
I would say it is worth buying or getting right away. I make no excuses for general mehness in response to all the Far Cry games that have come for a while now. I'm just not a huge lover of them until they get some patches, and sometimes never. But the changes to Avatar speak to me as someone who wanted something just different in theme. Avatar is one of the few games in the style from Ubisoft devs that, for better or worse, doesn't throw enemies at you every second. While there are some developments and definitely some intense fighting, the forest and its natural animal population are more center stage than generate a bad guy kind of locations we see in Far Cry games. And this is where the real comparisons come to light. By the sheer viewpoint, first-person games share a basic DNA, a transparent likeness defined by the sheer delivery of the product. However, each is defined as they grow within their systems and their loops, where Call of Duty's flicky-fast cowboy porn, Far Cry 5 was a world where apparently humans run in packs of gun-toting maniacs with infinitely spawnable trucks in Montana. And that's where Pandora feels different, not only in the exploration, despite some side missions and gameplay and collectibles, but with an in-depth hunting system and combat that just feels a lot smoother and less like a catastrophic bullet hell gone wrong like Far Cry can do.
And that's what I was saying earlier, right? You don't need to have this giant world where there's always like action pack going on. It doesn't need to be a Fast and Furious film, okay? As you're going through, part of the game in exploration games is just enjoying the environment and going through and finding stuff.
Feels a bit more discreet, a little bit like Far Cry Primal, as a sequel would be. This is augmented by a protagonist that, as I said, was larger, faster, and stronger than the humans they're going against, and adding that flexibility in the combat. Just feels much smoother. Though I think we can all agree the enemy AI should be shored up in these games. They still had difficulty sometimes trying to take out my berserking 8-foot-tall Puss in Boots Smurf. Also, I'd like to see them go in and allow for you to do your own manual saves. The game saves of its own accord and seems to do so quite often, so there were no real issues there, but I would love to have my own ability to manually save. You can make multiple characters playthroughs by making a new game in the main menu, but currently multiple save points just aren't there. What was there was fun, and I was astonished to say that I had a lot more enjoyment than I thought, especially for a less action-packed title than I was expecting. The more exploratory and connected feeling of Avatar systems do a service to the entire Avatar fiction, and it feels good, and it resonates a bit.
That's good that he said that. That's good that he said that.
More closely, even though I think some people are going to start playing this and go, where are all the bad guys?
That's what I said earlier, right? People are going to look at this and all of a sudden be like, oh, it's boring. It's boring because there's not enough people to shoot, right? And sometimes, I mean, you guys know I play games all the time that are not shooties looties, right? I love playing my shooty looties, and then I love playing survival games, and I love playing exploration games, right? Not every game needs to be the same. And I'm actually more intrigued about this game now that I've heard his review.
I think that's just an expectation that has been bred by the consistent churn mill of enemy deaths, known as Far Cry, and in some ways, Ubisoft titles. That's it for me. Peace out. Check out the Patreon and the podcast. Gang, gang.
So he just gives an overview. He didn't say much about the NPCs. What I have a problem with a lot of the NPCs inside of Ubisoft games is that, make sure you guys go check out, real quick, ACG. Make sure you go check it out. What I like about... Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back to... He didn't say much about the NPCs. What I don't like about a lot of Ubisoft games, that the NPCs kind of turn me off away from Ubisoft games. Okay? Massive does a little bit better job, right? The AI inside of Division and Division 2 are pretty damn good. They're really good. They'll flank you and do a whole bunch of stuff. They don't feel stupid. They also don't pinpoint you, like, for instance, well, they kind of do, but not as much as other games like Wildlands or even Far Cry games, or Assassin's Creed. Like, when you shoot somebody, all of a sudden, like, you're being stealthy. You shoot someone with an arrow, they know, you kill them, and everyone knows where you are, and they start fighting you, and they all hone in on you. I never liked that. He didn't say anything about the NPCs, and I would like to know if that's the way the NPCs are in this game. I guess I might have to watch another video or something to let me know about the NPCs. But, overall, it seems like an interesting game. It doesn't seem like a turd. It seems like a fun game. I think this would be very interesting. I'm going to put this in the same category, like I said a couple weeks ago, as Hogwarts Legacy. I think if you're an Avatar fan, I think this is your Hogwarts Legacy, right? This is a game based on a film, okay, taking you in that world, and there is no, like, castle, right? The world of Avatar, Pandora, is that castle, is Hogwarts, is that area. And to go around and explore Pandora, you're not going to get anywhere else like that. I can go to Disney World and Hollywood Studios, okay, and I can walk into Pandora, and you're like, wow, this is pretty cool. Now you actually get to walk around Pandora and explore, and that seems pretty cool to me if you're an Avatar fan. If you're a person looking for a game that you're looking for high impact, high action packed stuff, maybe this is not the game for you. But if you like to explore and see what Pandora offers, collect lots of collectibles, he said, lots of things to do. There's a mid type of story, but overall, I think it looks interesting. And I mean, if you don't want to shell out the $70, you can always do the Ubisoft Plus. Was it like $15? I think it's like $17 or $20, all depending on where you are with tax and whatnot. It seems interesting. Stel says, bad news. What's the bad news? D-Money says, still amazed me how people buy games and get mad if they don't like it. It goes to see a movie in the genre and they don't have fun with it. Yeah, I mean, people don't do a lot of investigation or work to look at certain things. They're like, oh, Avatar, what is it? And they're like, oh, I don't know, this is stupid. Like, they go to see a comedy and they're offended by a comedy. They're like, I thought I was going to see a drama, right? So it's very interesting to me that people buy games without doing any kind of research whatsoever and then get upset that someone tells you that the game is very exploring, not a lot of action, right? And everyone's like, man, I was so bored. There's just not a lot of action. It's like, did you do any research? Any research whatsoever? Travis says, I'm glad I bought this day one. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of this. With 90% of games I buy, I don't buy a game I don't think I'll love. Well, that's good. Transformers Reactivate officially delayed. Oh, no. Wait a minute. How can it be delayed if they never gave us a date? What's the date on the thing they never told us? You can hunt, can't you? You should make up the lack of enemies in some areas. Right, you hunt, you explore, you level up, you need to find those flowers to make yourself more powerful and whatnot. They tweeted out. Transformers reactivate. Incoming transmission from Teletran 1. We know that everyone's been patiently waiting for updates of Transformers reactivate. However, we won't be revealing any new content this year. Your passion and enthusiasm powers our mission to create the Transformers game fans have been waiting for. And we're now shifted in development of the game to Unreal Engine 5. Stay tuned for exciting reveal and epic developments in 2024. Dude. This is concerning. Not because they delayed it, but because they knew that it's been a year since they last showed it at the Video Game Award show, and people were expecting it to be at the Video Game Award show as another trailer or whatnot, and they literally just pulled out your throat when they said, we're not showing anything this year, and we'll see you in 2024. Now, if you were following Robo1 Gamer HD, Gamer 1 HD, he said that they were going to be delayed, even though there was no delay. Now, obviously, there is no delay because they never specified an actual date. They didn't even specify they were going to be at the Video Game Awards show. So I'm a little disappointed as a Transformers fan, waiting for more information or for a new trailer or anything for this. But you know, it is what it is. But again, a day before they thought that everyone was talking about for weeks and months, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to see it at the Video Game Awards show. They come out the day before and we're like, yeah, we're not going to see anything new. It's like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You couldn't have said anything. Here's my situation with just the industry as a whole. Okay? You said nothing for 1 year. I'm sorry, 364 days. Last Video Game Awards show, they said, they showed the trailer, they showed what it was. More information to follow in 2023. 2023 came and went. No information whatsoever. Not at E3, not at the Gamescom, not at the GDC, whatever. Okay. The day before the Video Game Awards show that they knew they were going to be at or say something at, they're like, yeah, we're not going to say anything. That's concerning. That's concerning. Was probably due out the same year as GTA. That's 2025. They better stand clear. They're like, oh, wait a minute. We thought it was coming out in 2024. We still have time. All they did was drop the toys. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not coming out in 2024. It just means they have no information until 2024. Which means alpha, beta, something. G.I. Joe game is coming, but not a Battlefield one? No, it's like a Teenage Ninja Turtle one, dude. It's like a side-scroller, punch 'em, beat 'em up. They always make announcements way too early. I mean, they showed the trailer. They didn't tell you anything about it, but the social media said that they're and the Q&A. I'm pretty sure the Q&A on Transformers' actual site, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Splash damage. Where was the Game website. Hold on. The website, it says Transformers Reactivate is a 1 to 4 player online action developed by Splash Damage coming to PC and consoles with the closed beta planned for 2023. Players, press, and content creators can sign up in the links below. Well, obviously that's fake. I mean, I guess, right? Closed beta planned for 2023. I don't think there's been a closed beta. They haven't announced an actual date. They just said the closed beta is in 2023. Dustin says, see, I was completely right. Finally, they aren't revealing anything this year. Sure. I mean, you could say it's going to rain. And then 300 days later, it rains. You're like, see? I told you. I told you it was going to rain. I mean, technically, they did reveal something this year, Dustin. So you would be wrong because they revealed 4 toy figures of Optimus Prime, Soundwave, Bumblebee, and Starscream in the form of what they're going to look like inside the video game. So they did release something this year, and they did reveal them. Well, that's cool. Stealth sent me this. This is a speeder bike, but with jets on the water. It's one of those like jet propulsion. That's pretty cool. I wonder when they switched to the Unreal Engine 5 because Star Wars Jedi Survivor switched and the game was buggy as hell at launch. They switched it earlier this year, which they revealed, and they actually said they were done with it in July. So them saying that they moved everything over to Unreal Engine 5, they said they stopped working on the upgrade from 4 to 5 back in July. There was an internal leak about that. But again, it wasn't confirmed, right? I mean, this is the video game. This is what they're going to look like in the video game. That's a reveal. And then if you turn the box over, you see new screenshots from the actual game of what the actual video game looks like. So you know what the models look like. Not gameplay, but it is revealed. That's disappointing. More of a bummer that it's right before the Video Game Awards. That is a bummer. All right. One of the stories that we got today, it's a light day here. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. There's a couple of different games updating tomorrow. But Skyrim's latest patch Skyrim's latest patch has pissed off players for two reasons. It broke the old mods and added new paid ones. So we're going to talk about this. We do a breakout videos here Monday through Thursday. So if you guys like what we do here, make sure you hit that like button down below. We do little breakout videos and then have a conversation about it with live chat. And if you don't want to do live chat, then you can just watch these after the fact over on our channel right here at 30NSG. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 30NSG. On today's show, we're going to be talking about Skyrim's latest patch has pissed off players for two reasons. It broke old mods and added new paid ones. So this article comes from PC Gamer. Bethesda was released a new update on Skyrim's Special Edition and has managed to impressive feat of annoying players for two entirely separate reasons. Some are irritated by what they see as renewed focus on paid mods for Skyrim, while others are chapped that the update was apparently broken a large number of existing mods. Bethesda launched an original paid mod program for Skyrim back in 2015, and it said it didn't go well as it like the Hindenburg had some safety issues. The uproar was immediate and fierce, and that the entire program was scrapped within a week. It was resurrected sort of in 2017, which also launched a Creation Club, which Bethesda said that it was not a paid mod system, even though the mods in the program were only accessible with credits that had to be purchased with real money. Imagine that. So as we noted at the time, it was all a bit of confusing, but they ultimately came down to is some mods would be free and others of those Creation Clubs would cost money. The update released today, essentially a refinement of the program that pulls together existing mods and Creation Club items along with new creations as they're now known under the new creation menu of Skyrim Special Edition. Bethesda was also launched a new verified creator program, the evolution of Creation Club, which enables and improves members to sell their content, which is, of course, where the upset begins. To be clear, not all creations are paid. While everyone can upload free creations, only emit members of the verified creator program may get content approved for sale to earn royalties for each creation of their soul, the creation of the Freakly Ash states. Now, still, there is a considerable unhappiness about the development, as some fans see changes as swift of the system Bethesda tried to roll out in 2015. A few commentators in the PC gaming thread argued that the paid mods are back angled into inaccurate because they've been around since the launch of Creation Club 2017. But quite a few others say that it's enough of a distraction to justify the anger. Quote, Creation Club content went through Bethesda's dev pipeline and was often developed by Bethesda themselves, and while also criticized on the release of it, it's been criticized every time CC updated and broken the game. Redditor Wertwort55 wrote that, quote, this is the opening of the door for mod authors to just outright charge for mods after being verified by Bethesda, saying paid mods are back in the sense that mass monetization for mods is again possible for completely accurate. The pushback at this point isn't nearly as furious as it was in 2015 for one thing. Skyrim is a lot older than it was back then, and Bethesda is also easing into a much more gentle way. The announcement of the Creation Club in 2017 was continuous, but the overall reaction was less negative because of the generally improved program and the amount of paid content Skyrim was very limited on. Only 74 creation items were ever released amidst a much greater flow of free mods. While this is a new program opens the door to more, Bethesda is presumably keep things on the leash, although its tightly is also hold up the leash remains to be seen. Now, more interesting, I think, is what happens in 2024 when Bethesda rolls out official mod tools for Starfield, which I expect will see a similar style of integration in the Creation Club. Deep modding support could also do a long way towards giving Starfield a depth of currently lacks, but there's also a real risk of blowback from the Bethesda leans too hard into charging for them. Okay, so the more immediate issue is today's update, though, is one of the seems to generate considerably more anger, and it seems to broken the existing mods depending on the Skyrim script extender, which is funny because people were just talking about this. Right? Every time they said more people are playing Skyrim, and I said more people are playing Skyrim because they have the Anniversary Edition and because of mods that people have. I said people that are playing Skyrim now all have mods included, right? Is a mod that expands Skyrim's scripting capabilities to enable other mods to do things far beyond standard Skyrim functionalities. It's powerful and flexible, and a lot more major Skyrim mods rely on it to run. And downside of that reliance is that the script stops working, so does everything else. The impact of today's Skyrim update can ensure that numerous Steam discussions on threads, which is reply with titles like, this is where a way to roll back the update. Shitty update 5/12/2023, Bethesda who asked, my favorite one of the bunch. Bethesda, please stop updating Skyrim. There's also lots of advice kicking around about how to avoid installing the update recommendations to rebuy the game on GOG, which does not include the Creation Club option. And for those that are bold enough to roll the dice, unofficial Skyrim Special Edition downgrade patcher of the Nexus mods. None of this should be necessary, with the reacted quickly as they already updated the script extender to work with the new patch, and that's great for Skyrim fans following along, but going to keep those missed moments from experiencing the unpleasant surprise next time they fire up the game and discover the mods to install in 2019. Look, here's what here's my thoughts on this, right? I don't know why Bethesda can't get out of their own goddamn, right? This is where I stand for in video games, right? I don't care what box you play on. Okay, I don't care if you play on PlayStation. I don't care if you play on Nintendo. I don't care if you play on Xbox. I don't care if you pirate. I don't care about any of this stuff. What I care about is that companies day after day keep making the same stupid mistakes where your people love your game. They play your game. They've been playing your game for fucking 12 years. Okay, you update it. They buy it again. Okay, they buy the special edition. They buy the fridge edition. They buy whatever edition that you want. They want to play the game how they want to play it. Stop playing these games, okay? And when I say stop playing these games, I mean Bethesda. Stop playing these games where this is just one of the companies that does this shit, where they're like, well, Todd Howard said it best. He's like, well, we can't monetize those people that played Skyrim that are still playing Skyrim now these days. So this is why they put the creation engine, the creation engine. This is why I put the creation club there so they could charge for microtransactions for mods. Other people are working on these mods for free of their own special time because they love the game and what they want to do. If I buy your game, let me play the game how I want to fucking play it. Okay, if I want to put the maxed out graphics on my computer, let me do it. If I want to put a Scooby-Doo in the game, okay, let me do it. I'm not selling it. I'm not doing anything. It's a mod that someone can download and they can have fun with inside the game. No, Bethesda has to step in and go, well, we got to take that mod down. We got to make sure we break all the other mods so we can put our thing in, and we're going to take the same mod and we're going to put it in the Creation Club, right? Like, go fuck yourself. Okay, just let their person already gave you $50. They gave you $70. They paid for the Creation Club engine. They paid for whatever else they wanted to do with your game. Now I own the game. Let me play the game how I want to play. If I want to take Starfield and I want to mod it into Star Wars, that's my business. I gave you the money. Shut up. Let me play my game. Okay, but no, they come out all the time. They screw things up. I don't even care about them replying to people on Steam about bad reviews. I care about them putting their fingers back into a game that people are playing and enjoying, and they're like, well, wait a minute, we got 68,000 people still playing the game, and we can't make money off them. You already made money off them. You bought the game. They bought the game. Go away. Go make another game. Make a game, sell a game, go fuck yourself. Get out. Leave it alone. Okay? But every single time Bethesda comes back and they have to do something stupid, okay? Every single time. They're going to do it with Starfield. Starfield's going to have the Creation Club in it, and they're going to charge you up the yin-yang. Fallout 76 charge you for a server. And if you like these games, cool. Okay, play what you want to play. But Skyrim, Fallout, Bethesda, Starfield, whatever, all of these things that they create, they start to put their fingers back in to try to get the money out of you, even though they already got money out of you. Because they're like, well, how do we get that other skin in there and charge $15? Because we have to make all the money. Make a game, sell a game. That's it. These are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Like, fuck them. Like, seriously. I like Bethesda games. Right? I like Bethesda games. But I hate the corporations that come in because they got to make all the money. They got to make all the money. They got to put their fingers back in and try to make sure that they're getting that extra $2 out of you, the $5 out of you. They're always trying to find a way to pinch the penny pinch, and end up messing up stuff. Stupid. Like, it's like irritating. Can you imagine? Like, someone's playing the game right now, right? They paid for it 12 years ago or 5 years ago when the anniversary edition. They bought the game again. Again, they bought the game. right? And now those people can't play because they downloaded 15 mods to make it like the sexy Skyrim, or they had some. You ever see the person that has the Water put a clip into Discord? Girl plays it in VR. She reprogrammed everything where she can talk to the NPCs. It's got ChatGPT where they're talking back and they can answer her and stuff. Can you imagine putting all that stuff in and then all of a sudden they do an update and it deletes all that? I don't know if they did. But now you're like, why? Why are you screwing up with stuff, man? The community loves your game so much, they're making your game better. And yet they feel like they have to make it better, but they make it worse. They can't get out of their own way. Right, that's right, dude. They can't get out of their own way. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. So stupid. Dolphin's way back early in the stream. He's still stuck on the stools. I get passionate about this stuff, right? And again, I don't care what system you play on. I hate that these companies keep doing stupid things. Broke, buggy, unfinished games. Takes 18, 24, 36 months to fix it. Comes out, and they're like, hey, you enjoying the game? You enjoying the game? Oh, by the way, we're doing a patch. Boom, suck it. You can't enjoy the game anymore. Yeah, they took the Steam, unless you have the link of the actual old version, you only can get they took it off the Steam store. The only way you could buy it is the Anniversary Edition, which came out in 2017, right? I'm pretty sure it came out in 2017. No, Anniversary Edition came out in 2021, 2 years ago, right? So the people that purchased the game back in 2011 rebought the game 10 years later. 10 years later, and now they're being nickel and dimed. Technology advancement has made companies greedier. Find a way to make the most money by doing the least work or less work. Release patch instead of full game. I mean, look at Call of Duty. Call of Duty released a update, put a 3 on it, and charged you full price. Everyone's like, well, it's a good game. Good game. Yeah, but you're a bad consumer. You paid full price for an update. Imagine that. You paid full price for an update. Yeah, it said in the article you might be able to get around it with GOG version. Yeah, ta-da! COD 3, right? People paid full price for a game that was exposed, okay, as they worked on it for less than a year, or just over a year, okay? That's the shortest campaign ever, and they charged you full price. And you have to use the launcher that was with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And everyone's like, so much fun. Like, dude, you paid full price for an update. I hope they don't do this for my Morrowind. I mean, I wouldn't put past anything past Bethesda, right? As much as I love Bethesda games, I hate that companies like Bethesda, like Activision, like EA, they just can't help themselves. They're like criminals, right? Criminals like to rob banks or put up some, hold up something and steal something from somebody. And it's like they get their jollies off of, like, they're like, oh, they got caught. And they're like, I'm never going to do it again. And then they do it again. And then EA, Activision, Bethesda, and all of them go, well, we did it in 2015. Just joking. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. Oh, just kidding. We're definitely going to do it. We're going to rob you again. Right? They put a tester out there. They test the water. They put their foot out there and they're like, we just want to see what the backlash is, right? Xbox did it. Xbox did it with the Live or Gold, whatever it was. They're gonna raise the price, and everyone's like, "What are you doing? You're raising the price?" They're like, nope, just kidding. It was a leak. It was leaked. It wasn't. We weren't gonna do that. We weren't actually gonna do that. And then they do it. They're like, "Oh, just kidding." Right, Bungie, right? They all do it. Just kidding. No, yeah, we weren't going to do that. They come out and say it straight to your face. Todd said, we can't charge people in Skyrim that bought it. So what do? They're like, well, let's come out with an anniversary edition. And they bought it again. Rockstar, right? You played Grand Theft Auto? And they're like, hey, when we come out with Xbox One, why don't we put it in first-person mode? Let's do first-person mode. We could sell it again, only on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Everyone's like, let's do that. So buy the same game for a feature that they could have just put in the game. Skyrim Remake 2025. Maybe. Yeah, Quintar, right? Sonny, we'll never do online only. Just kidding. Got online games coming, just only online games. Look, this has nothing to do with like you like a game or whatnot. It's about corporations trying to dick you over after you already paid for something that you already bought from them. Right? This goes back into the same thing with Sony removing television shows and movies that you paid for. Right? Everyone's like, no big deal. I already watched it enough. Like what? Like what are we talking about? You paid for it. Yours. It's so frustrating. Come on, Alien. These companies need to be resigned and regulated. I don't understand why they keep doing this. Because they can. They can. And they will. Right? Think about what Call of Duty just did. Right? I know we're talking about Bethesda, but think about what Call of Duty just did. Activision literally made a game in less than a year. Made an update for a game for Warzone or whatnot. Put a zombie mode in there. Shortest campaign ever. Charged $70 for basically an update. Right? And everyone was okay with it. It's the most engaged Call of Duty to date. Combined, more than Modern Warfare 1 and 2, the remakes that they did. Okay, more people are playing Call of Duty 3 than 1 and 2 combined. Okay? So now the metrics look at this and they go, wait a minute. We can sell a game that we did a third of the work on for full price. Cha-ching! They're like, that's it. Moving forward, we're not getting anything. Right? What else can we take out? What else can we take out to get the most money out of? Or in the season pass. You're going to get it later with the season pass. Most engaged. That's right. Most engaged. I feel like the game companies have turned into the hobos from South Park and won't stop asking you for change. That's so true, dude. Only children that don't spend their own money were okay with it. The problem is ignorant parents. I don't even think it's ignorant parents. I think people are they're so hyped up about a game that comes out, right? All it takes is like, we all had that one friend. Bro, we gotta go to this bar. There's gonna be chicks there. There's gonna be and you get there and it's like 10 people standing around. And you're like, Tyler, what's up? And they're like, dude, I don't know. Whatever, bro. We could go to another one. Let me make a phone call, right? That's what it is. That's your friends playing video game. Dude, you gotta play the new game. so good. So good. And then you get there and you're like, this is a half a game. Yeah, but we're having fun, right? You're having fun, right? Yeah, but we paid $70 for this half-baked game that's going to be fixed in 12 to 18 months. Yeah, but we're having fun, right? Oh, for sure. BRs are the cash cows because they can do very little. You make your own fun. If I give my son or any kid, you give him a couple building blocks and stuff, you're like, hey, have fun, right? We used to play with our toys in the middle of our living room and have a giant battle, right? I didn't have a fortress. I had books that I brought in, right? If you give the tools to make your own fun, right, you can have your own fun. I used to pretend I was on a motorcycle with a chair flipped over, with my two chairs flipped over, with a skateboard across it, and I would sit on it and grab the back of the chair as a motorcycle thing, right? That's an imagination. That's what BR is. BR is like, have all the fun you want. They put some stuff in there. You're like, well, I can do this. It's different every time. I land in the same spot, but it's different every time because you're having your own fun, which is fine. But they're like $45 for a skin. They're like, wait a minute. This game charged $70 for 25 hours of exploration and whatnot. You're charging $45 for a skin? Blizzard, looking at you. Are you talking about the day before? It sounds like you are. Yeah, you just make your own fun. You make your own fun in that game. I can't wait for people to play it. I can't wait for Force Gaming to play it. We're going to watch the video on it, of his thoughts and whatnot. Look, I'll give it a fair shake of watching other people play. I'm not playing it. I'm not gonna be playing the day before. I had no idea when I bought Skyrim again that it would turn Todd into a degenerate. Like, did you see that? We made that much more money from the same person. Let's look at the history. The dude bought 14 copies of Skyrim. Well, we can sell him a 15th one. They have a new microwave that just came out that you can watch your games on the microwave. Make a Skyrim edition. Let's make a Skyrim edition of the microwave. Now all your appliances can play Skyrim. Right? As much as I love Starfield, right? Because they give me a sandbox to go play in and whatnot. Bethesda, EA, Activision, Microsoft, Sony, all these companies, they're all a bunch of cocksuckers. All they want to do is try to take as much money from your pocket as possible, which is business, and I get that. But when they make the same game over and over, remasters, remakes, broke, buggy, unfinished games that come out, okay, that you have to wait 18 months, 24 months to fix, okay, bug problems, and then all they do is just do a tweet. We're listening. We hear what you're saying. We understand. It's like a guidance counselor talking to you after you just got hit in the face with a rock. And they're like, we understand that Timmy hit you in the face with the rock. We're listening. We're talking. It's like, no, I don't think you are. I don't think you are. I don't think you made the game shitty so I could fix it for you. For which one? Which game won't top it? What are we talking about? 105 million views. Oh, Grand Theft Auto trailer has been the most views on video game trailers. There's no way there was one that topped that. Well, don't say there's never, because there was a record before and it got broke, right? So don't say never, because the thing that'll beat it is the GTA 7. I will redeem myself by not voting for Resident Evil 4 for Game of the Year. Congratulations, dude. I actually think I got that. Where is it? I thought I got it in here. We had... thought I had the news report. Let's see. Submit stories. I could have sworn I posted something. Guess not. I guess it was just on Twitter. I know they broke 3 records. Let's see. Grand Theft Auto on their site. Nope, that's just over 101 million views, 9 million likes in one day on YouTube. That's crazy. Guinness Book of World Records. First trailer to become the most viewed video game reveal on YouTube in 24 hours with 90.4 million views. The most liked video game trailer on YouTube with 8.9 million likes in the first 24 hours. So it set 3 Guinness Book of World Records. Yeah, so the 3 things it did. GTA trailer has become the most viewed video game revealed in 24 hours at 90.4 million. The first look revamped Vice City also became the most liked video game trailer on YouTube with 8.9 million in 24 hours. And outside the video game bubble, it's also becomes the most viewed YouTube video in 24-hour non-music, surpassing the seamlessly untouchable Mr. Beast. So there you go. Roic says the patch that just came out for D4 de-leveled your Paragon glyphs. It's like, do you not test that? Well, that's perfect timing, Roic. We were just talking about how Bethesda broke their games with an update. They broke the mods, right? They broke the mods, and they're charging people now for things. And now you come in here and you tell us about D4, which people don't know is Diablo 4. They just de-leveled your Paragon glyphs. Amazing. 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 You can't make this stuff up. Can't make it up. It just writes itself. It's amazing. Just the views itself buys the game 7 billion right there. That's crazy. Oh yeah, day one. Look, I'll stand by what I said. I said it months and years ago. I said when Grand Theft Auto comes out, whenever that is, by the time it comes out, it'll be like 4-year prediction. Okay. I said it will break records. It'll break pre-orders day 1, week 1, month 1. Okay. I don't think it will surpass the actual next version. It'll take a decade because they have to sell 20 million copies every year for 10 years just to compete. So it's very unlikely that it's going to happen. I say that today. Now, once Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out and they have Grand Theft Auto Online and whatnot, I'll change my opinion because we'll know what that is, right? If they make what I predicted 6 years ago, where they make Grand Theft Auto Universe, where they make the metaverse inside Grand Theft Auto 6, where basically online, which I predicted they would purchase the online 5M to make it role-playing. They built it right in, which they are, because they bought the company and they're putting it in, right? If they do all that stuff, yeah, it's going to surpass Grand Theft Auto 5 sales numbers easily. You'll get a case with a code in it. No disc. Yeah, I want a disc. That's the game I'm gonna buy. Disc. I don't want a copy. A digital code. Obviously, though, if we don't have an option, then you're screwed. Rockstar needs a vault like Scrooge McDuck so they can swim in all the money. The 8-disc physical copy of GTA 6. I'm here for it. I'm here for it, Al Dente. Yeah. Hopefully, it's the 60 frames. 16 discs. No, you have to buy the Grand Theft Auto Series S edition. It's the only way you can play the game. The game only plays that. It's just that system. It has no room for anything else. It's just the Series S Grand Theft Auto edition. So do you think GTA 6 will be the last one? Seems nice. Average GTA 6 stays out for 15 years. I don't think it'll be the last one. Here's the case. What about if Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, people play it, and they're just kind of done, right? What about if the online just doesn't do as good? Do they go straight into production? Do they bring DLCs back? I don't know. Last one in our gaming lifetime. You don't think anymore? You don't think anyone comes out? Sarge, you think Grand Theft Auto 6 is it? Yeah, it's only the GTA box. That's right. I will buy a physical copy if the single player is offline only. But if they make you have to be online to play single player, then I won't care. Right. I've always liked Crowded. I've always liked GTA. I always take my time and explore all the different streets and do stupid things. You know what I mean? I like Grand Theft Auto for that, like, sandbox, purpose of it. Same reason people would like Pandora, or same people would like Starfield. Just take your time and go wherever you want and do what you want. What does gaming lifetime mean? I've been gaming for 43 years. You're saying in the next, if I live till 90, I'm never going to see another Grand Theft Auto again? Oh, you're good, Prosty. You don't have to worry about it. I make typos speaking. I mean, I played all 3. Vice City, started playing 4, just lost interest. 4 was a weird one. You had to go on dates and stuff, right? You're like, hey, don't forget to take your cousin out to the bowling. It's like, I didn't like that. I can't wait to see the news when 30's 90. I'll still be standing on my standing chair. I'll have a standing chair. No, I'll have bionic legs by then. We'll be fine. I'll just be a vegetable. I'll be sitting here like this. But I'll be telepathically speaking to you all. Be fine. It'll be fine. Just no movement whatsoever. I'm gonna be distracted playing Lucia. Well, yeah, it'll be playing like. Did you play the first Descendant? Get distracted in that game. You get distracted in that game. 100%. The assets are crazy in the first Descendant. I just this didn't age well. RoboGamer1 HD 21 minutes ago said, "Calling all Autobots and Decepticons. It's time to punch those tickets. The Game Awards is almost here. Transformers reactivate." Yeah, that's not happening anymore. That didn't age well. He didn't check social media before he posted that. He didn't check the post. Feels bad. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, exactly. Dude, Stephen Hawking's just talking to a computer. All right, so what we got here? We got next week. Or next week. Tomorrow we have, I think tomorrow morning, we're going to skip out on the news. We're going to jump into Lego Fortnite, see what the survival is like in the morning tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, we're jumping into the Video Game Awards show. Join me and Sarge for GXG as we just watch. It'll be starting at 7 p.m. We might start a little bit early, like 5 minutes early before 7, and start talking about what we're going to see. I actually don't even give a shit anymore because now that Transformers Reactivate's not showing up, I'm honestly not excited about anything. I don't really care about the awards. I only cared about the games that I wanted to see. So now I guess I want to see more information about Star Wars Outlaws. I'm not excited about anything. I'm not excited about anything anymore. I'm a little disappointed now. I'm going to go sulk in a corner. Hope we see Elden Ring DLC trailer. Perhaps. There's lots of trailers I would like to see, but... Ooh, Starship Troopers has an update, I think. They got a couple of updates, more bugs coming. Inferno bug. I'm not sure what we're going to play tonight. We're going to play something tonight. As always. I don't know if we're going to continue playing Lord of the Rings tonight or if we're going to play something on console tonight. Oh, there's like a whole new area. Maybe I'll jump back into Starship Troopers. Yeah, I don't care about anything anymore at the Game Awards. How about Division? I checked it last night or 2 nights ago, Sarge. We still have 3 weeks before the last thing. I mean, we can play it if you want. But we can only do the first 3, I think. Or, yeah, the first 3. We can play that if you want. Lord of the Rings is really making me think about getting Epic. I mean, it's you don't have Epic on your computer, Wintar? Inside Gamer says, let me read this. Insider Gamer says, I'm so glad I gave Redfall a second chance. Right? I'm holding my hands up and admit that Redfall flopped when it released back in May of 2023. It became Universal meme game of Phil Spencer spoke publicly about the disappointment of even the open world vampire slaying RPG, but it arcaned Austin a bit of a hole for several months and took weeks before most minor updates started to roll out. I played Redfall when it came out, and within an hour or two, I uninstalled it. But recently, I decided to give it a second shot. A firm advocate of a concept of a second chance, after all, Arcane Austin was worked hard to produce some substantial updates for the belligerent vampire game, right? So boy, am I glad I gave it a second chance. He says, is Redfall worth playing now? In words, yes. He says, in words, written article summing up everything that was wrong with Redfall and was lengthy list. Looking to get back, perhaps I judged it too harshly, but it was certainly. Would they pay? Did they feel bad? Did they feel bad because there was like an Xbox tax people were talking about? They're like, we don't want to be one of those guys. So, originally outlined, for instance, adding a 60 frames per second performance mode to Redfall was game changer, and overnight it became a much smoother, more fluid game to play. I'll be transparent. It's still not perfect, which means it still needs to be worked on, and there's still some issues, which still means 18 months. AI not being all that intelligent, and there are some moments where the difficult level ramps up out of nowhere, but the rinse and repeat gameplay cycle can get a little tedious. But overall, I'm firm belief that Redfall is no longer deserving of a universal hate received at launch, not by a long shot. Yeah, but what you just said in 2 sentences was it's still broke, still buggy, still unfinished. Right? Let's continue. It takes a while to get moving, but once you find out your feet in Redfall, becoming a powerful vampire slayer really does feel satisfying. It's also a progressive climb. Before long, I found myself tussling with some genuinely impressive vampire bosses using a host of abilities and arsenal of quite innovative and interesting weapons. And this game's surprisingly slick movement mechanics to rid Redfall of its ominous blood-sucking plague. There's a basic, very basic gameplay loop. It's highlighted that one of the core of with the game is generic routine of liberating zones and map completing objectives and then fighting lower level boss style characters over and over again. But I never got bored. That's the important thing. Is it? I want to know if someone paid full price for this. Now it's on Game Pass, but the people that paid full price for this, like obviously this is a reviewer. He played it before and had it, right? So he either got it or he's playing on Game Pass. He didn't pay full price. I want you to think about if someone paid $125 and him still saying what he's saying. When I discovered the map that you're introducing at the start of the game is basically a tutorial zone, I was gobsmacked. This dude didn't even know there was a second map. The core region of Brutal Point is easily twice the size of Redfall. That meant that the gameplay loop would repeat it for hours upon hours, but it never tired of it. As I leveled up, I found myself becoming increasingly powerful, and the weapons kept finding were getting more and more satisfying to use. Before long, I became fathomed with myself, effortlessly cutting down crowds of seething vampires. He says, I never looked bad. Never looked bad. One of the most positive about Redfall is how good it looks. It was never an ugly game. That was one of the redeeming points of it. Notice that the breakdown earlier this year was heavily criticized of the game. It looks brilliant, and the map is pleasure to explore. From suburban streets lined with trees bristling of the autumn leaves to the abandoned farmhouses, churches, and factories, the game feels eerie locations to explore the night that plenty of diversity in Redfall. Thanks to Arcane's unique style, which also the best seem like the game is Dishonored, the character models look great, the bosses are horrifying, and everything from the weaponry to the outfits is equipped intriguingly, but you never know what you'll find next. So what's the final verdict? As I said, I was glad I decided to give Redfall a second chance. I've got a very few issues with the game now. There's also enough to do to keep me occupied for hours on end. And if you're a collector of kind of game that stacks in the side content, completely many collectibles to discover, there's territory missions that also can loop that randomize objectives, and you're also free to play the game at your own pace. For me, it ticks plenty of boxes. It's also worth noting that you've also had no bugs whatsoever during my return to Redfall. Not one. That's satisfying, something that the game that just 6 months ago was branded complete flop in every sense of the word is now smooth, entertaining title that plenty to see and do. What was your... No score, huh? All right, well, that's fine. So after I read that, guys, are you going to go back to Redfall? No bugs. No bugs, but he does say it's not complete yet. Right? I said I'll go back to it next. I'll give it a 1-year anniversary. So next May, we'll go back to it. I'll go back to it 1 year later just to see how it feels. Crowded House says none of those bosses are impressive. Rogue says just recently tried it again, and it's better, but still has a couple of issues. I was able to get pretty far in the story, and when playing it for the first time, I made it 30 minutes. We played it for like 3 hours. Actually, I played a little longer. I played it 5 hours. I played by myself. I played solo first, and then I played with Sarge. How did he not know that was a thing that people were complaining about, that you couldn't go back to the other map? Wait a minute, you can't go back to the other map once you go to the other... You can't go back to Redfall once you go to Brutal Point? I didn't know that. That's stupid. You can't go back to their map, so basically, once you're done with the first map, you're done. That's it. Interesting. It just works. Ain't that right? Just works. All right, it's 12:30. All right, I'll be back tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. I do appreciate you coming out and hanging out. Make sure you hit that like button down below. We watched the Lego Fortnite cinematic trailer this morning. We went over a couple of information about what Lego Fortnite's going to be. We watched the Fortnite. We watched the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora review from ACG. We talked about the Skyrim's latest patch, and we also watched We watched the game of what was it called? Endless Suburbia. I think it was Endless Suburbia, which was interesting. So I appreciate it very much. We'll be back tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, for some gameplay. We might be playing The Division. We might be playing some other game. Come on out. It's more of a laid-back thing. I'll be sitting in a chair. I will not be sitting on a standing chair or leaning up against a wall tonight. So appreciate it very much. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget tomorrow, We're going to do Lego Fortnite in the morning, and then in the evening, we're going to be doing the GXG episode of the Video Game Awards show starting at 7 p.m. Peace.